So with the Travis Scott situation, obviously we're on the heels of Travis Scott's new interview that he did with Charlemagne, and we all know how that went. A lot of people are saying that it was terrible, and obviously Travis Scott is not the type of artist who is verbally able to communicate in the way that he should in this tragedy that he has been involved in. And specifically, more aside from that, I was thinking that in the future, I think that this decade is going to be the decade where we could start thinking about kind of shape shifting our views toward going to see our live performers. And I'm not saying do away with live shows completely. I'm saying add in a substitution that for many people might be a little bit more affordable, might be a little bit more safer, and might just in the long haul be a little bit more convenient for people who are fans of going to see these shows. Guys, welcome to Still Slaps channel. I'm Shuby. We're dealing with music commentary today. We are talking about the Travis Scott situation yet again, and more aside from that, the future reference into what this new decade could offer in the sense of live shows. Rest in peace to everybody who lost their lives at Astroworld, and in general for individuals who've lost their lives from past shows in the history. Because as we know, Astroworld is not the first festival to have claimed the lives of individuals, and you know, who knows what more tragedies could happen aside from death at these festivals. Now, I want to get into kind of my idea that I've had ever since this whole story of the Astroworld Festival tragedy has broke. I was thinking a lot of these companies in the virtual reality realm, this may be a thing that is going on in planning in a lot of these rooms for virtual reality, but I just wanted to give it a shot and kind of give my pitch on what I think might be a little bit more convenient for a lot of these live performers, festivals, bigger artists who go out and perform their music on a big platform like a Travis Scott. A lot of people can't afford to drive out to these places. A lot of people can't afford they just don't have the time that it takes to prepare, to getting out, to travel. And what if we had a simpler solution in this decade as far as more looking at it from a virtual reality point of view, virtual reality and live shows coming together? This may have been very much a thing before, obviously, me talking about it. Now, specifically, I was thinking of companies like Oculus going into this sort of market and putting together development for this type of thing. Now, my specific idea is called Oculus Live. Now, Oculus Live, I was thinking, could serve as a separate VR service for live concerts or festivals. Now, maybe it would be smart to start off funding it in a way where you're talking about people who do the big festivals like a Travis Scott. And I think this could be a great starting point for a bigger festival artist who perform at these big events. Now, Oculus Live, and I'm kind of reading this off of my phone, guys, so bear with me, but Oculus Live, in the sense, could be a service that hosts little hub venues, kind of like cinemas, big spaces where individuals can go and use this service, whether or not they're avid virtual reality users or not. They can go and use this service for their, pitching, getting into the servers of wherever the concert is being streamed or wherever the live performer is performing at. They could link up with this piece of technology and enjoy the show via their virtual reality goggles or whatever, the mask, and enjoy it through the servers through there. Now, I was thinking that the live hub venues won't only serve as the purpose for individuals to be able to share the experience of being able to see the concert from a distance, but this thing could also be a game changer, because I was thinking, well, if you're talking virtual reality, you don't always have to go somewhere to experience virtual reality. You can experience virtual reality in your own home. And I was thinking, it could be a game changer because people could stay at home. They could host their own little parties at home where they're enjoying the same concert. Services like PlayStation, Xbox, all these different big companies have a service that could link to virtual reality. And with that being said, maybe it would be a pretty cool investment for people to be able to go to these different concerts, festivals from their own homes, kind of streaming through the services that are already provided. I think that type of, when you deal with that, you're dealing with a lot more of accessibility for a lot of people who don't, or just simply cannot get outside of their schedules, their busy schedules, to go and enjoy performers. Now, when you're talking about the kind of the more of the in-depth service, I was thinking this type of service could kind of be, you can kind of have a cool little reward program for people who are avid users of it. You can do something like Xbox and all these, PlayStation, they do things like have their avatars or whatever. You could take it a step further and really create around the user who is using the piece of technology wherever their, whatever their means are through that. So not everybody has to use it at the same volume, but I was thinking that this type of thing can kind of be integrated into different tier levels, kind of like a Patreon or something like that. And obviously you could have different reward systems for people who are avidly using the technology. Now, it's really, in my opinion, I think that this is something that we can look at in the long term and really kind of merge into that experience a little bit more. Like I said, this type of thing might be in development already, but I just really had time to sit and think after, hearing the news about the Astroworld tragedy and falling back and remembering all the events in the past that have happened when it comes down to live festivals. And I think that it would just really be smart for these bigger artists, not necessarily from their own, well, it could be kind of funded through their own coin, it could kind of be a little bit of an insurance for them, and kind of an investment for them and their enterprise. Someone like a Travis Scott is a big, or was, before being canceled on the current run that he's on, was a big investment for a lot of people. And I think that when you're talking about a service like this service, this type of idea, for virtual reality shows and live shows to merge together, I think you're really looking at a smart investment for a lot of people to really be able to, first of all, be safe and not have to worry about venturing outside, too far outside of their limits. A lot of people are going to be dealing with a lot of mental health issues because of this whole tragedy that has happened. And I think that if we can kind of lessen the risk a little bit with new kind of development and merging that development between the virtual reality and still kind of having to obviously sacrifice a little bit of the live experience, but all for the sake of the safety of individuals. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I've been thinking about this idea for a little bit. I'm gonna write a little bit more in depth in the description as well. But by all means, let me know if you've heard of something like this. Let me know if you have heard of individuals who are in development of something along the nature of this, a virtual reality and a live show kind of merging together, and what is going to be the permanent solution to just not having to see a lot of these riskier, kind of deadlier things happen. Let me know, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bell on for notifications of future videos. Once again, I'm Shuby, songwriter, producer, and just all around artist here with Still Slaps.
That slaps.